welcome or welcome back to my channel. If you're new, I'm Leandra the TBR Zero, and I have a TBR game that I do every single month, and that is called Cat and Mouse TBR. The way it works is that I choose a book that I really want to read, and then I choose a book that is similar in some way, but for whatever reason, I'm not that interested in reading it right now, and that represents the house. I then do a game of high-low where the house pulls a card and I pull a card. Whichever card ends up being higher, that's the book I have to read, and I always cross my fingers that it's the book that represents me. Before we get into the game though, I do have some priority reads, books that I have to read this month no matter what, so I might as well get them out of the way. And the first one I'm going to be reading is Murder on the Orient Express by Agatha Christie. This is a classic mystery that I have read, so this is going to be a reread for me. I am reading it with my sleuths in the manor for only Christie in the book club. It does feel early to be reading this wintry mystery, but I think we're going to have a really great discussion, so I'm looking forward to it no matter what. Weirdly enough, and this was not planned, I'm also reading Sabotage on the Solar Express. This is the 5th book in the Adventures on Train series by M.G. Leonard and Sam Sedgman. I am buddy reading the series with Polis, and I'm really excited because I'm pretty sure this one is set in Australia. So yeah, 2 mysteries on trains with very different settings. I think that they're actually going to complement each other really well. And now let's rearrange things. I'm going to move the camera so you have a better view of my bookshelves behind me, and we can finally get the game started. All right, round 1 is basically just 2 pre-orders that I ended up getting, and I still haven't had the time to read them. So I want to prioritize at least one of them this month. And actually, I think I've just made a really big decision. Am I going to do this? I'm going to do it. So I've done this one time before and it was planned. This time, apparently I've decided to be spontaneous. But what I'm going to do is if I win, I only have to read the book that I've decided upon. If the house wins, I have to read both books. Because if I think about it, I really do need to read all of these books. Please pause because I realize that this is really bugging me. There we go. Representing me, we've got The 2 Lives of Fave and Scythe. This is by Megan O'Keefe. I really think I'm gonna like it. It's a standalone space opera with pirates. So pirates in space. It counts for hard mode for our fantasy if you're looking to fill that pirate square in like the bottom corner. That's really why I want to read this. And representing the house, we have Chuck Tingle's new book, Lucky Day. This kind of gives me horror fantasy with a bit of a mystery vibe because they are investigating a casino, to my understanding, that seems to always be doing well and people are dying while the casino is doing well. I'm kind of going in blind. I don't know anything more than that, but it seems really fun. I just don't know if it's going to be for me. And I did pre-order it, so I'm kind of crossing my fingers. All right, representing the house, representing me. Don't forget, I do get 3 redraws, and I've been wondering if I should change that rule. Typically, if the house ends up getting a card higher than myself, I will allow myself to simply redraw. But I've been wondering if that's too easy, and if what I should do is have just a redraw round, where not only do I redraw a card, but so does the house, to see if I can beat them that second round. Let me know in the comments if you think I should change the redraw rule. Okay, representing the house. 1, 2, 3. Okay, a 9. A 9 is not that low. There are cards that are above it, but not many. It's like a 10, Jack, Queen, King. Yeah, pretty much all face cards and a 10. So I'm not feeling good. And now I'm wondering, do I use a precious redraw already? I'm already anticipating losing. 1, 2, 3 for me. A 6. Okay. Do I just accept that I've lost? I don't know if it makes sense for me to use a redraw this early. No, I don't think I should. I don't think I should because a 9 is so high that the chances of me getting 10 or higher, and it has to be 10 or higher, it can't be a 9. So I'm gonna accept that I've lost. And for this first round, I've already added 2 more books to my TBR. At least they're ones I'm excited about, and hopefully they're both winners because I pre-ordered them. All right, for round 2, what's gonna be interesting is this is gonna decide which books I'm adding to August, because I am recording this in August, and I'm currently working on an Our Fantasy vlog right now, and I don't know which one to apply to it and which one I should read later next month. So this is pretty much going to decide what book I'm starting today, which is kind of weird. But representing me, the one that I do want to read right now actually is A Cat from Our World and The Forgotten Witch. I have all 3 volumes, 3, 4, 5, to wrap up the series because it is only a 5-volume manga series, and I'm really, really excited about it. It follows a very large cat that has been pulled from our world into this fantastical world, and now this cat ends up acting as a guardian, a protector of this witch, and there's like an assassin after her. There's also found family, where with every book we gain a new character to have this ragtag group facing off against the world. It's very sweet and quite complicated for a manga, so if you're looking for that, then definitely recommend it. But yeah, I need to finish the series, so this is going to represent me. And then representing the house, we have Corpses and Corsets. Now this is self-published by 2 different authors, Rachel Rawlings and Misty Simon. I picked this up on a whim just because I wanted to support some authors just trying to get their work out there. And it is described as a gas lamp fantasy. Some people have been murdered, I think, as well. So is it a fantasy mystery? I have no idea. But I am really looking forward to trying this out. But obviously, I kind of want the easier, quicker satisfaction of reading manga, on top of the fact that I already know that I've liked the series. So it's just a safer choice compared to Corpses and Corsets, even though I love the name of this. I also think I was supposed to read this during the Amazing Readathon, and I didn't. So I don't really know why I'm hesitating for so long, but I do need to give this a chance. So putting this for the house. Pulling the house's card first. 1, 2, 3. An ace. I mean, I can't go lower than that. The only thing that will be my downfall is if I get an ace as well, but that is such a low chance. So 1, 2, 3. A 4, and it is a low card. I'm glad that it ended up beating a very low card as well. All right, so in that case, I will only be adding these 3 volumes to next month, meaning that if I can, I actually might try to read Corpses and Corsets. I might start this today and have this be a part of my Our Fantasy vlog that is currently ongoing, and I will save this when I need maybe a quick win as I'm working through the Our Fantasy board, because I am doing hard mode and it's hard. Are we surprised? I know that some of you play along, so if you wanted to know the theme for last round, you can either count it for Our Fantasy or just make it a cozy fantasy round, a fantasy round in general. For this next round, round 3, which I'm going into with probably too much confidence since I only have 1 win under my belt, we are doing mystery genre blends. Representing me, I have The Man Who Died 7 Times. This is translated from Japanese. It is a new release, another pre-order that I have yet to read. And this is really interesting because it follows a time loop, so a bit of a Groundhog's Day situation where our main character returns every single day to, I think it's the day of either New Year's or New Year's Eve, where his grandfather is murdered. And so now he has to figure out who murdered his grandfather. I'm not sure if he's attempting to stop the murder from occurring in the first place, but either way, I'm very intrigued. And representing the house is a book I do really want to read. I just feel like I've got to represent the book that I actually hold in my possession, that I actually own. But the book that's representing the house is going to be The Witness for the Dead by Catherine Addison. I know that this is the first in a trilogy that is a fantasy mystery series where the main character, I believe, is an elf and he can communicate with the dead. And in doing so, he also is kind of wrapped up in a murder mystery to my understanding. Now, like I said, I want to read both of these books, but the question is, can I read them both in September? We'll have to let the cards decide. All right, representing the house. 1, 2, 3. A 10. Uh-oh. I may be reading both of these. I do have my redraws, but I'm so intimidated to use a redraw for such a high number, but I always assume I'm gonna lose. 1, 2, 3. A 9. See? Oh God. So obviously I lost, but I could definitely use a redraw. Should I? Let's just see how it feels. Let's see how it feels. I'm going to use a redraw because I haven't used one yet and we're already 3 rounds in. So here's my redraw. 1, 2, 3. Okay. An 8. We're going down. Do I care enough? Do I care enough to read both of these books? Oh gosh, because I just wasted a redraw. And if should we do one more? Okay, I'm gonna do one more. This is so stupid. I'm being very silly. Okay, we're gonna use one more, but I'm not gonna use all 3 for this because I feel like that's bad luck. 1, 2, 3. A 7. Okay. Also, are these even shuffled? I just went 10, 9, 8, 7. That's definitely been an issue in the past, but we're just gonna accept it because this is the first time we've seen a pattern like that. The other draws have not shown any type of pattern like that, so before anyone starts to wonder things. All right, while I'm behind, we're gonna quit, and I'm gonna accept that not only am I reading Witness for the Dead, but I'm also gonna be adding The Man Who Died 7 Times to my September TBR, and really they both seem great. I've been really eager to get back into my mystery genre blends, so I'm not mad at it. I'm a little mad at myself for wasting 2 redraws. For round 4, I am holding books that are going to represent other books I want to read, if that makes sense, because I don't actually have those books in my possession, but I have their sequels, like continuations. It's very weird. But basically, I've got 2 mysteries that are very popular series, and I need to actually either start one of the series or continue the other. So the one representing me is going to be the Silversmith's Puzzle, Nev March. Now, the book I actually need to read before I get to this one is The Spanish Diplomat's Secret. That is the 3rd book in the Jim Agnahotre series, and Lady Diana. So they're a couple, they're sleuths that work together, and they're married. It's very, very sweet. But I haven't read book 3 yet, and yet book 4 has just come out, and I do want to read book 4 this year as well. So the idea is read book 3, then move on to book 4. So that is representing me. Then I have Vera Wong's Guide to Snooping on a Dead Man. This has been a part of my cat and mouse TBR game before, but I had the first book, which I believe is called Vera Wong's Unsolicited Advice for Murderers or something to that effect. It's very, very well loved, and everyone was telling me that I definitely need to read book 1 before I read book 2 because annoyingly, book 1 gets spoiled by book 2. I don't know why mysteries do that. Authors, stop doing that. But I digress, and so I am going to have this represent book 1, and if it wins, I'm going to read book 1. With 1 redraw in my back pocket, let's see what the house is working with. 1, 2, 3. An 8. Okay, that's like middle of the road. So that does not indicate anything. It's not a slam dunk, and it's not really something to worry about. So might as well just jump in. 1, 2, 3. A 2. See, this is another issue. If I had more redraws, I would actually be far more interested in redrawing against that 8. But of course, I was silly and decided to go up against a 10 twice. Oh gosh, oh well. This is where I'm wondering if I should just like call it quits or not. Okay, I do want to read both of those books, whether it be The Spanish Diplomat's Secret or Vera Wong's Unsolicited Advice for Murderers. I have to read them both by the end of the year anyway, and so I might as well just quit while I'm behind. So I guess I'm reading both. I just realized that I actually do have The Spanish Diplomat's Secret from the library, so I didn't need that other book in the series to represent this one. Oh well. And with round 5, I have a chonky mystery up against a quite short historical mystery, and I really want to continue both of these books in the series as well. They're both books too, which is quite interesting. Now, representing me, which I know is going to sound crazy, is the chonky mystery, and that is Moonflower Murders by Anthony Horowitz. I read The Magpie Murders last year, actually, during Amazing Readathon, and I really enjoyed it. I found it to be a great page turner, and I do believe I've got the audio for this one through Libby as well, but because it's so chonky and the last one was like a book within a book, I feel like it makes more sense to have the physical copy to have access to really know what's going on. And I know that book 3 either just came out or is coming out soon, and so I gotta read book 2 before I jump into book 3, because apparently I'm a series reader now, and by being a series reader, I need to respect series order. Which also contradicts what I just said when I was complaining how authors are spoiling their previous books, but I'm just full of contradictions today. And the book representing the house that I would absolutely not be mad at reading is The Bell in the Fog by Lev A.C. Rosen. This is the 2nd book in the Evander Mill series. It's the sequel to Lavender House, which I really loved, gave it 5 stars. It was so good. Read that last year actually as well. And so both of these books are series that I need to continue. It's just a question of, am I continuing one or am I adding the little shorty to my list as well? Representing the house. 1, 2, 3. A 4, really low. Okay, I think the game is feeling sorry for me because my redraws are not doing what they need to do. 1, 2, 3, an ace. The game is not feeling sorry for me. Oh my gosh. Okay, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I do have one redraw, and so I might as well use it because a 4 is so low that, see, this is the scenario, the perfect scenario where a redraw is like at its most valuable. So let's see what I'm gonna get. 1, 2, 3. A 10. Easy. Super, super easy. Okay, in that case, Bell in the Fog, I will read you. I promise I'm gonna read you, but you're just not gonna be a priority. Maybe it could be a bonus read if I get to it, but the book I'm actually gonna focus on in September is Moonflower Murders, and it's gonna take a lot of time because it's quite chonky, but I am looking forward to it. And on that note, friends, that's it. That's the game. Let me grab my stack of books so you can see just how many books I'm reading, and so I can see how many books I'm reading because I actually wasn't keeping track. And then we can wrap up this game. You know what? It ended up being pretty manageable. I'm holding 10 books. I have an 11th book with Sabotage on the Solar Express, and that's a middle grade mystery, so pretty easy. 3 of these are manga. I weirdly was quite nice to myself. I decided not to really overwhelm myself in September, and part of that is probably because of TBR Harvest, which is just around the corner, my month-long readathon for all of October. On that note, guys, I'm gonna go because I need to go put these books in a safe place and get ready for my September reading. Thanks everyone so much, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye!